Hi everyone, Matt Bernier here, taking a look back at the Grade 1 Natalma for 2-year-old fillies that was run this past Sunday up north of the border at Woodbine here on Weekend Wrap. As they break from the gate, this is, keep in mind, a Breeders' Cup win in your in-race for the juvenile fillies turf, and I think this is going to be a pretty key race, all things considered. You have the horse on the outside, the number 9. This is Dixie Moon. This is only her second lifetime start. She breaks like a shot and goes right off to the front, and she sets we'll call them honest fractions. I don't think they're going slow, but they're also not going fast, and it also helps that nobody else is seeming to want to go on with her early on. She goes the opening quarter in 23-3, opening half 47-2. Meanwhile, you've got a couple of horses that take up beautiful positions. You have Delamar, who's working out a nice tactical sort of stalking trip. In behind those horses, you have Golden Orb for Christophe Clement. And then on the outside, you have in the white cap, you have Wonder Gadot, who is a really, really interesting horse that everybody up north of the border seemed very, very interested in because she was so visually impressive when she broke her maiden or broke through most recently. But really the horse you're going to want to keep an eye on back there in those Team Valor silks, green sleeves, red cap. That is Capla Temptress, and Capla Temptress just bides her time. Joel Rosario, beautiful ride. Right now he's in behind the Todd Pletcher entrant in March Express. But boy, once Rosario finally pushes the button on Capla Temptress, she's got a serious, serious kick. Meanwhile, on the front end, let's not give short shrift to the eventual runner-up. It is Dixie Moon, the horse that went out there and was cutting out the fractions. She stays on. She's going to get very goofy with the lead changes. I'm going to just chalk that up to being green. Now keep an eye on the red cap. She's going to split horses, Capla Temptress, and this is a serious finish. This is a serious, serious turn of foot. Wonder Gadot is between horses. She stays on nicely. March Express, still very goofy and green. I'm not sure distance is going to be her friend. Capla Temptress, I have no questions about the distance. She galloped out like a freight train, and she gets the job done for Team Valor and company. Marco Batti is the trainer. Pays $13.40 on the win, and Dixie Moon, a giant, giant effort, I think, to run second. Pays $11.30 to place, and Wonder Gadot runs third. Pays $2.70 to show if you play the $2 exactor. Comes back $152.10. The $2 triactor, $500.80, and the $1 soup comes back $916 and some change. Capla Temptress is a horse that Barry Irwin, the owner or the head of Team Valor, said all along, this is the game plan. This had been what they were hoping for. Come back over here, get a win in your in-sort of race, go on to the Breeders' Cup, because that's what they really think of this filly. And you see, she's really done nothing wrong. 3 from 4 lifetimes. She's never been off the board in 4 lifetime starts. She got a beautiful ride from Joel Rosario. I loved the way that she finished this race off. She earned a 71 buyer, so it's not going to knock your socks off. But I just think, boy, you look at the way that she finished and she powered home. Be interesting to see what we get from Europeans that come over here, and we still have a long way to go. Still can have plenty of opportunities for 2-year-olds to pop up. And I'm not suggesting that other fillies in this race aren't going to train on and do bigger and better things, but Capla Temptress, boy, she looked like a real serious racehorse there Sunday afternoon, as did the runner-up, Dixie Moon. I think Dixie Moon deserves a ton of credit. She went out there. She really ran a bang-up race, in my opinion, for Catherine Day Phillips. This is one where I think you're going to want to keep an eye on her. Eurico Rosa da Silva was gushing about her afterward. He goes, the moment I sat on her, I knew she was a nice horse. And after this race, we know that she's a nice horse. She got a little bit green out there all by her lonesome. She put away the other speeds, though, and I thought it was a big, big effort from her. Wonder Gadot, nothing wrong with the way that she ran at all. I think this would be one where you would be completely content if they chose to go on with her to a race like the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf. As far as March Express is concerned, I'm not entirely sold on distance. I think she has an unbelievable turn of foot and an unbelievable kick. I just don't know how far that kick is really going to, how long is she really going to be able to go on with things. I think she's probably best 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5 furlongs. Capla Temptress, though, I think additional distance is going to be fine for her when and if that time comes. The good news is a race like the Juvenile Fillies Turf generally is run at a mile. I can't imagine it being, it's either a mile or a mile and 16th, but I'm pretty sure this year at Del Mar it will be run at a mile. Dixie Moon, if they choose to go on with her, I'd have no problem with that. And same with Wonder Gadot. I have no issue with any of the top 3 or 4 deciding to go on and try the Breeders' Cup. But guess what? If they're all going to turn the tables on Capla Temptress, they're going to need to find something in a big, big way, because if we get some more speed early on, Capla Temptress, she looks like she's a legitimate horse. She comes home in 22-2. She earns a 71 buyer, a 95 time form U.S. rating, winning the Breeders' Cup win on your in race up north of the border Sunday afternoon, the Grade 1 Natalma.